What's going on, everybody? In this video, we're looking at the playbook for week 4, some strategy around it. If you guys didn't check out my video yesterday, definitely check that one out. I opened a common pack, and spoiler alert is that I pulled a rare in the common pack. Definitely a lucky hit, but I think it was about a 19% chance to hit a rare, so essentially 1 in 5 packs. Did have a rare, and then some great commons in there, and I talked about some other moments I was scooping up around the drop, so definitely check that one out. After this, it'll be linked at the top of the description, also the end card at the end of this video. But for this video, we're talking all about week 4. To start this one off, I actually wanted to talk about the other challenge that's active right now, the Stoppers and Specialist Challenge. There's 2 different levels, the rare level and the legendary level. The rare level is fairly achievable, so you're going to need 4 rare moments that meet each of these criteria, and these first 3 are fairly easy. They're rewarding rare collectors, which is pretty nice, that bought in early for Series 1 and Historical, and basically most rare collectors, or even like semi-rare collectors like myself, should have at least 2 or 3 of these. I had 2, and I'm thinking about buying a third. I still need the D-line and a kicker, punter, or defensive team melt, which is actually the bottleneck. Unfortunately, I didn't buy when I should have right when it was announced, so I might have kind of screwed myself in not doing this one. So you do get 1 rare and 2 commons from Series 2. I think they're all going to be Series 2 in the reward, but you're guaranteed a rare. Obviously, some good rares to be pulled, like Saquon, Justin Fields, Jalen Ramsey. They mentioned them here. Bateman, DeAndre Swift. If we look at this one really quick before we get into the playbook, we could see throw the rare filter, and then it's actually a little confusing because they don't have positions for team, which is weird, but you can see team melts here and then go low to high. There's only 16 available versus like DB, linebacker, lineman. There's not as many available, so this one's bottlenecked. Actually, this is down to 85, but be careful because this is Series 2, I just noticed, and I think it has to be Series 1. So you'd have to go with this Niners one for the cheapest, and that is $92, or you could do this one that's just minted as half for about $40 more. So something to think about for that challenge, but I do think that if you buy this, it's going to drop down to like 70 or maybe even 60 after the challenge is over in 5 days from now. So just beware of that as well. But you could also maybe use this in the Monday night game for that Niners game. All right, so now let's get into playbook. As always, you're going to have the login bonus. This week you get $20 or 20 yards just for doing it every single day. That includes the bonus. And some new thing is another rare set utility, and this is the locked in set. You get 50 additional yards for holding this set, except this is a crazy expensive set. I think I saw somewhere it's like $5,000, so I don't know how many people actually have that completed, but it's really expensive. But you do get 50 yards right off the bat for that. Then you get 10 for purchasing again. So if you just do all the free stuff from the top here, you're going to get 30 yards, which isn't enough to get the second pack. But then they have some kind of betting challenge, I guess. So you're basically going to have to bet who's going to win the Bills-Ravens game, and then you're going to have to bet who wins the Rams-Niners game to get 10 yards in each. And I think for the Niners-Rams, you actually need... So I don't fully understand what this is yet. In the collector entry pregame pick, you're required to use moments from your collection. You'll need to use our moment challenge builder tool to submit a qualifying moment. So maybe you just need 1 moment from the team you think is going to win, but you could get 20 more yards that way. So you could get 50 free yards essentially, assuming you guys have Niners and Rams in your collection, and that would get you just 10 away from the 60-yard mark, which is higher than we've seen in the past. So if you can get both of those games picked correctly, do the login bonuses by 1 moment, and do one challenge, you're looking at 65 yards to get to this third level. If you do 2 challenges, you can get to that 80-yard mark. We're going to have to look at these challenges pretty closely. And again, the Sunday slate is going to be 25 yards. So come over to my challenge tracker that I posted for members of the channel. I'll post it again after this. What we saw last week was Thursday, fairly hard challenge. You need the reception leader, tackle leader, longest rush player, and winning team moment. That's a debut, so pretty hard. And then obviously the Sunday slate was hard. You needed 8 moments. It could have been more because every 300-yard passer. And then Sunday night was fairly hard as well. Most completions, longest reception or rush, 1 player with a sack or interception, and then a historical of either team. But then Monday, I feel like they're trying to make Monday easier because it's kind of the last one, end of the week, and a lot of people are going to be scrambling. I don't think they want to force people into buying a ton of money just to get the last 15 yards that they need. So I think they're going to make these easier. So I might be targeting that Monday challenge to try to complete, because this one is pretty easy. 1 team moment for the first down. So for Giants or Cowboys, there's only 2 options. And then you need 1 player with 1 rush attempt or sack. So essentially any running back, maybe even some receivers and quarterbacks got carries. And then you needed each 100-yard receiver. A lot of games there's not even a player that gets 100 yards receiving like this game. So you really needed 2 moments. And then I think for the third one, if no one hit 100, is just any player with any catch. So basically, if you had any skill position player in this game and then the team moment, it hit. So I think they're going to make Mondays pretty easy, just to keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to try to put timestamps in this video because there's a lot to cover here. So the first one we're going to look at on the island game is Dolphins-Bengals. All right, so I got Dolphins-Bengals queued up here. I'm just going to go offensive players for now. And let's see what we got from the cheapest ones. CJ Uzomah. I can't remember if he's still on the team. He's not. He's actually on the Jets. Myles Gaskin hasn't done anything. Devontae Parker is on the Patriots. Mac Hollins is on the Raiders. So Gesicki, $10 could be a pretty good option here. Honestly, you could maybe even look to buy historical moments. Pretty cheap, $9 or $10, $12 for Dolphins and Bengals historical players. I think that's going to be used. As far as other players, the Bengals went really far. So again, we got to remember that guys like Mixon that are going to have 2 common moments, and T. Higgins I think has 2 common moments as well. So not really going to bottleneck. There doesn't seem like there's a clear bottleneck in this game because the Bengals have a lot of moments and players. So we would have to probably look at the Dolphins. So if we just take the Bengals out here, we could see some potential bottlenecks that we could be seeing with the Dolphins. So Tua, his moment's $41, and then Waddle's cheapest is $45. So could get fairly expensive with either of these guys. And then we're just going to clear all filters, and we're going to see what Tyreek Hill moments are looking like. His is 47 as well. So if it's some kind of receiving challenge or quarterback challenge, this one's going to be expensive because these quarterbacks and receivers are expensive. But one sneaky play, I guess, would be Mike Gesicki, just because he's $10 right now. Maybe you could even get him for $9 if you wait it out a little bit. But I don't really see any massive bottlenecks unless there's a bottleneck with the defenses in this game. So looking at the next primetime game, we have Chiefs-Bucks. So I know one big bottleneck on the Buccaneers is Chris Godwin. So if he does play, he could bottleneck pretty hard because he only has a rare and a legendary. And obviously, if it's some kind of quarterback challenge, we have Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, who are going to be pretty expensive as well. Mahomes does have 2 commons, but his still his lowest is at $59. So this could be an expensive challenge if Godwin hits or if either of these quarterbacks are needed. Let's hope that this Monday night challenge, if we look at these moments, can be a little easier like we are predicting. And I think that could be the case because Niners-Rams both made really long runs in the playoffs, so they should have a good amount of moments. So looking at all these players, Obviously, the defensive guys are going to be up front with offensive linemen as well. And then Woods is not on the team anymore. Mitchell's hurt. Odell Beckham's not on the team. Allen Robinson actually already has a Series 2 moment, and it's just $10. He hasn't really done anything this year, but that could be a sneaky play for 10. And since it's Series 2, we got to look at the circulation because it's out of 10, but I would think less than 8,000 people own that one. And then guy like Ayuk and Kittle, they have more than one moment on the platform, so they're not going to really bottleneck if they hit in the challenge. Same with Cooper Kupp, who's down here somewhere, and Deebo Samuel. So a lot of these guys have a ton of moments. I think they could go quarterback again. Jimmy G and Stafford. I wonder how many moments they have. So Stafford has 2 commons. He has 3 commons. Garoppolo has 1 common. So that's why Garoppolo's price is pretty high right now at 26. I sold my Garoppolo during the game last week for like $40 and he didn't hit, but I think he's a good chance to do the same thing this week if they need a quarterback. And then looking at running backs in this game, I'm not sure they would go a running back challenge because Cam Akers doesn't have a moment and neither does Jeff Wilson, the 2 leading running backs. Darrell Henderson, I believe, does have a moment, and it's just $14 out of 8,500. So that one, potential bottleneck for him, is out of 8,500. And I actually wanted to look at that Allen Robinson. Yeah, this one just $10. And let's see the circulation. 6,000 owned and 3,000 unavailable. 8,500 are hidden in packs, I guess. 46 burned. So this one is pretty low. I mean, 6,000. So I'd say this is a good candidate if you're looking to get a bottleneck for this game. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video on this rare challenge that's live and some week 4 playbook strategy. So good luck with the playbook this week. Definitely make sure to check out my last video with my pack opening and some other stuff I bought during the market when it opened up. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in another video.